Namaste YouTube Coven, welcome back to the mat and welcome to day 22 of our Wake the Witch journey. In today's practice, Stress Relief, we're going to go through a really gorgeous, gentle, kind of full body stress. So this is the ideal flow that you can come to whenever you feel a little bit overwhelmed or panicky or kind of really feeling that stress in your heart. It's coming away from those heart chakra focused flows, moving away from that kind of rest and restore, and really taking this energy into the full moon, which is coming up in a few days. So like I said, it's going to be slow, it's going to be soulful, 15-minute practice to just kind of release anything that we've been holding on to, anything that no longer serves us. It's going to be beautiful, I promise. So to begin with, you're going to come into a comfortable seated position, crossing the ankles, roll shoulders away from the ears, and you're just going to relax the hands down onto the lap. And coming into today's practice with a beautiful deep breath in through the nose, and a slow breath all the way out. Just concentrating on evening out your inhales and your exhales. And we're not going to stay in stillness, keeping those sit bones rooted, just going to find a little bit of a wiggle here. So it doesn't have to be huge, great big movement. It can be slow and soft. Maybe bringing in some neck movements. Anything that feels good to you. Start to lift the hands and start to bring in some wrist movements, wiggling the fingers, almost like you've got a little bit of freedom of movement going on. Any kind of movement that feels good to you, ignoring any kind of pressure to make this movement perfect, Instagram worthy. Close those eyes. No one can see you. Just start to let go. Recognizing what it is your body is needing. Beautiful. Before we all together inhale to reach those arms up and overhead. On your exhale, lean to the left-hand side. Left hand places to the mat beside you, bend into the elbow, and we start to draw a big circle with that right arm. Moving and taking it in one direction. And then move and take it in the other. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Roll the body through center, right hand floats beside you. Pull left arm up and overhead and take your circles moving and taking the circles in one direction. Move and take your circles in the other for 3, for 2, and for 1. Inhale back to the center, roll shoulders away from the ears and find length through the fingertips here. We inhale to create that length. Exhale, drop right ear down to the right shoulder. Coming at an angle, draw the right ear down to the collarbone. And then from here, making gentle mobile movements, we're simply going to bring the ear back to the shoulder, down to the collarbone, the shoulder, to the collarbone. Beautiful. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to the shoulder, roll the head through center, and then drop left ear down to the left shoulder. Before we bring left ear down to the collarbone. And then begin to move it up and down. For 3, for 2, And 1, move the ear back to the shoulder, roll the head through center. From here, we're going to reach those arms up and overhead and find a little bit of Kali Mudra. So waking up that fire within, calling upon that solar plexus chakra that we activated the other day, just to help burn away any stress we're holding on to. We're going to start to draw a beautiful big circle. So moving and taking that circle in one direction, and then move and take it in the other. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Beautiful. Bring the body back to the center, hands to the mat, roll over the knees, and we're going to come straight away into tabletop. Straight away from tabletop, we're going to step into a lizard pose. So bring the knees to touch, and then step left foot outside the left hand. Walk that leg back, and we're going to start to take just some small circles, so easing out the hips before we come to a dragon pose hold. So those movements don't have to be elegant, just begin to open the hip as we move and take it in one direction. And then we move and take it in the other for 3, 2, and 1. Bring the body to the center and wiggle left foot between the thumbs. From here, we're going to lift the chest and we're going to start to sink deep into that front knee. So coming into our dragon pose hold. You can choose to keep the chest lifted. You can choose to come and relax the arms onto that front knee, but that left foot is grounding down, and we really start to kind of activate all the chakras here so they're all completely aligned in a dragon's pose. Start to feel that fire. 1 minute here. Oh, I hate it so much. Keep breathing in through the nose and out. Five more breaths. Breathe in through the nose and out for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands come to frame front foot. Flex into the left foot and make your way to a half split here, bending at the elbows like you want to come down and kiss the knee. Inhale. Exhale, bend back into that front knee. Left hand comes to the inside of the left foot. I'm going to swing that leg around, pointing the toes. But let's start to ease out the hips by drawing a circle in one direction. Move and take it in the other. It's one of those practices you can keep your eyes closed for the entire time. Really just tuning into how it makes you feel. And then from here, we're going to extend the left leg behind us. Pivot right toes to the right hand side and lift into a full body stretch, trying to create as much length as you can from fingertips to tippy toes, holding 5, 4, 3, 2, on your 1. The left hand comes to the mat. Keep left leg floating as you pivot on the right knee. Moving in to a pigeon pose, we slide left knee to left wrist. Slide the leg behind you, move down onto the forearms. Taking as much wiggles, as much movement as you like. 1 minute here. Breathing in through the nose and out. Inhale. Exhale. Press into the hands, lift the chest. Hands come to frame front foot, and we're going to tuck right toes under. Immediately slide into a tabletop stretch. Slide left leg behind you, press into the heel, and push that heel away. So really coming into some gorgeous yin inspired poses in kind of a hatha style flow, just to release our stress, to reset the body, especially if we're feeling anxious. And then from here we relax, left knee by right. Let's move, take it to the other side. Step right foot outside of right hand, and we move into that lizard pose. So begin to draw your circles, moving and taking your circles in one direction. It's going to feel easier on one side than the other. Move and take it to the other. For 3, oh, it's tight. For 2, and for 1. Bring the body into the center. Let's meet in dragon. We wiggle, right foot between the thumbs. Lift that chest, immediately sinking lovely and deep into the front knee. Keep the chest lifted, or elbows come to rest on the knee. Chakras are aligned here. Super fiery dragon pose to release any stress that we're holding in to the lower spine. And so we can move in to the full moon energy with clarity, with peace, with freedom, with space to fill with strength and power and magic. 1 minute here. Oh, it's so intense. If you've flowed with me before, you know that I start to sing during a dragon pose because I panic. But today I'm going to aim to not ruin the 30 days on day 22 by not singing. 5 more breaths. All together, we inhale. On your exhale, hands come to frame front foot, making our way into that gorgeous half split. We begin to extend the right leg. Ooh, flex into the right toes, pull it to the sky, and begin to forward fold, holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend lovely and deep into the front knee. Right hand comes to the inside of the right foot. We're going to extend the right leg behind us, bend into the knee. Move and take your circles. So taking your circles in one direction. Move and take it in the other. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Ready to come in to, gorgeous, I can't speak, our pigeon pose. We slide right knee to the right wrist. Wiggle the foot across. Don't just dump your weight from here. Tuck back toes under, just slide back. Stay lifted, come to the forearms, come to lie all the way down. The choice is yours. Slowing down the breath. Breathing in through the nose and out. Maybe after 22 days, it feels like you've got a lot of space going on. Maybe it feels like a little bit of tightness going on. Both is completely normal. Be grateful for where you are today. Ten more breaths. Inhale. Beautiful, Coven. On your exhale, bring the hands to the mat. Gently lift the chest from here. Open the lungs and moving in to that tabletop stretch. Left toe stay rooted to the ground. And then we extend the right leg behind us, toes to the mat. Push that heel away. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2. On your 1, pivot left toes left hand side. Lift right leg up. Full body stretch. Find your space. Breathing deep into the belly. Inhale, exhale, right hand down. We come to meet back into seated, wherever your seated pose might be, hands to the knees. Let's take some gorgeous cat-cow stretches. Inhale to arch the spine, exhale to curve. Before we gently bring the chest back to the center, one hand to the heart, another to the belly. And after all the breath work we've done over the past 22 days, start to tune in here. Remembering the power is in your hands, so start to slow your heartbeat and your breath down. And remembering always that you have the power to welcome in and you have the power to keep out, even when it might not feel like it. And then we close today's stress release practice with a beautiful deep breath in through the nose. And a slow breath all the way out, bowing head to heart with love, with gratitude to ourselves, to the strength of our mind for coming to the mat, taking one more bow to ourselves, to the strength of our minds for overcoming obstacles and for taking the time to release our stress. Bowing low to this online coven for flowing with us and from me to you. Thanking you for joining me here for day 22. How are you feeling, witches? Today's practice was short and simple, as Wake the Witch has been, but I really hope that you can use this as a basis to maybe continue releasing some stress with some free movement. Put your favourite music on, just let it go. In a few seconds, a recommended playlist will come up, which is Yoga for Peace, and in there is a lot of yoga dedicated to stress, to anxiety, to feeling overwhelmed. So if you're looking to flow longer, maybe you head over here and you find it. But thanking you so much for joining me here for day 22, and I look forward to continuing this idea of protection and energy boosting with tomorrow's practice, day 23, which is zombie. I'm really excited for it. So thank you so much for flowing me today, and I'll see you tomorrow.